so I can see this. Oh. What my messages, Royce? What that, Royce? Here we go, here we go, here we go, man. Going into my Facebook, baby.
It's time to get technically funny with the legendary Sinbad and director Jason Aron.
What is going on, Mr. Sinbad?
What's up, man? I'm excited. I'm excited about the guests on today's show, man. I'm glad we're doing the music thing, man, and with people that got great skills. I'm just excited. I'm excited, man.
It is Monday, July 22nd, 2019. This is Technically Funny, and I'm glad that we're technically online because let me tell you, man, we are having some floods on the East Coast. I almost didn't get home. I almost left my car in the middle of the street and walked. Train signals are messed up. The trains were messed up.
Where you at? What part?
I'm out.
What part you in?
Long Island, but I was out in Jersey today, and just getting to Long Island was what a disaster with the PATH train and the railroad.
Wow.
Getting wet, but I made it. You know, the rain gods couldn't keep good men down. That's it.
I'm coming that way. I'm coming to Nyack this weekend.
Ooh, what do you got going on?
I'm working at LiveU Live. I'm gonna be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Liberty Live. See, what's that for? That just comedy?
I'm doing comedy, doing stand-up comedy, and gonna play some music.
Wow! In the same show?
In the same show, brother. In the same show.
Well, check that out. The dog's excited. The dog's excited about that show.
Yeah, man, my dog. I have a podcast dog. He realizes when we do a podcast, it's his time to speak. So when we do a podcast, it's his chance to speak.
Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, man. You know.
Yeah, man.
Dogs got to get some love too.
So yeah, he's good, man.
This is episode 5, which I think is a special anniversary. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to buy you diamonds or something. I don't know. I read that in the in the podcast handbook.
Man, just give me some better Wi-Fi. I don't need no diamonds, man. Just give me some Wi-Fi, bro. Give me some 5G.
Your Wi-Fi. Oh, okay. Yeah.
My Wi-Fi.
We need a little of that 5G.
My Wi-Fi sucks.
Call out that service provider that's holding you back right now. Who's that? Who's that not making it happen?
Spectrum. But this is it, man. Remember, 5G is not really real yet. It's real in some places. We're talking about 5G. And now we're talking about even the damage that can be done to our bodies from 5G. I've been doing a lot of studying on this stuff, man. So I don't know. I'm excited for the speed, but I'm not excited for the brain cancer.
Well, I think by the time it happens, it's going to be too late anyway. It's not going to be a big deal. Just at that point, just shut it down, let it be. You know, you might as well enjoy it while you live, right? You got to live a little bit.
Well, you know what? Look, we got Bluetooth in our ear. We got these earbuds. Dude, we already damaged. We're damaged. We're the beginning. The thing is, we're at the end. I'm at the end of the damage. My son, people that age, their damage is new.
Yeah. Speaking of your son, a huge thank you to Royce behind the camera as always.
What's up, Royce?
A huge thank you to LiveU. By the way, happy anniversary.
Yes.
Royce's 3-year anniversary. Seen that all over social media.
Oh, he just gave you a happy anniversary shout out, Royce.
Someone said thank you.
He said thank you. He said thank you.
Saw he was on a boat. You know, that's
yeah, he was on a boat.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Comic-Con, what a crazy weekend. Comic-Con,
dude,
anniversary.
He had a great Comic-Con. He had a great Comic-Con this weekend. Was it pretty good, Royce?
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
He said it was good Comic-Con this week.
You know, I got to tell you, I've been to many Comic-Cons all over the country, but there's just something special about San Diego Comic-Con and WonderCon in Anaheim, the two biggies that you guys got over there. I mean, wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. Speaking of absolutely wild, I don't want people to wait.
I gotta get in frame. Royce told me to get in frame.
Oh, yeah.
I'm leaning.
There you are.
So
You're
I got in. Now
yeah,
I'm
you're
centered.
a little off center.
But I was doing that 1/3. I was doing that 1/3 movie thing. Like, you know, don't put something center up. You put it 1/3, it's more dramatic.
Oh yeah, and listen, there's nothing that Sinbad is if not dramatic. Am I right?
That's it. I'm trying to be drama, brother. I'm trying to be drama.
Speaking of drama, let's bring him in right now. All right, we got a crazy guest.
Yes.
We got a crazy guest tonight.
Yes.
On your side of the country, I decided not to keep anybody up past midnight anymore except for myself. I'm going to bring him in right now. See, this show is technically funny, and it's about technology and all that stuff. But, you know, there's so much technology in music. And
oh, please.
I reached out to my man. Here he is. Say hello to DJ Qwess Coast. What's up, man?
That's a beautiful day, world. What's up, Sinbad? What's up, Jason? How y'all doing, man?
DJ Qwess, boy.
Now,
this is a bad man, brother. A bad man.
Now, you just speaking of bad man. I mean, where were you at this weekend? Tell the world what event you just came from in hot and sweaty Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hot and sweaty Las Vegas, Nevada. The fight of the summer. We just did it, man. Pacquiao and Keith Thurman. Wait. Senator Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman went face to face, toe to toe, and I was DJing, doing all of the festivities all week, man. It was such a great week.
Now,
I'm back in the city right now.
For those that don't know, I mean, tell the world what. First of all, I mean, we're gonna get to how you become a DJ at a mega fight. We're definitely gonna get there, but
yes,
tell the world what you do, man.
So I'm a DJ. I'm a host. I'm a producer. I'm a curator. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a certified holistic health coach. So I really study a lot about health and self and mind, body, and spirit. But I mean, my bread and butter, I've been a DJ for 24 years, and that's afforded me a lot of travel and a lot of opportunity to jump into other facets of the entertainment business. And so I'm just, I'm a Renaissance man because I'm also a contractor, you know, and I developed.
What?
Yeah, man. I've been building for many years. My father was a veteran contractor and pulled me into the business early, and I jumped in the union. So I was building, going during my days, and then at night doing all of my entertainment stuff. And it's an amazing thing. I always kept them separate, but they started to come together. They started to come together in the last year or two, man. So we'll talk about all that stuff, man.
First of all,
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. First, let's get it straight. I'm jealous of all the things you said. Contracting. My dad was good. My dad built. We need another room in the house. My dad would do that. I wish I was do it when I was younger, and I quit. I wish I had stayed up with my electrical. I wish I stayed up, man. Dude, that is so. Where now people flipping houses, and if you can look at the guts of a house and tell, hey man, we got something here, we can make it work. Man, that's a gift, DJ. That's a gift, man.
It is a gift, man. Jesus was a carpenter, man, and it really all came together when I was I started talking to my buddy Lawrence at the 1500 Academy, and as we built out the Sound Academy, you know, from concept to them acquiring a building and opening the school, it came across my plate. He never knew that I did anything in construction, period. You know what I'm saying? We never talked about that. We never talked about music. And so I get a call to come do a job, and I'm like, you know what? I got time. I'm not traveling. I'm not DJing. Doing it. Let's do it. So I show up. They give me an address. And I'm like, man, this address looks familiar. And sure enough, it was the Sound Academy.
Oh,
so
man,
I pull up,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I pull up. I don't say nothing.
That's
I just
crazy,
go to work
man.
with the guy that brought me in. And, you know, I framed the head walls for Studio A, B, and C. That's going to be inside of the other side, the next phase.
I stepped in there. DJ,
Yeah.
I stepped in there. Qwess, I stepped in
man.
there. Let me tell you something, Jay. This is, I call it the Berkeley of the West, but more with a hip hop, funk, soul feel. I left there with my mind blown. This 1500 music, dude, my mind is blown. That's why I'm blessed to be here. I'm sitting with this man who's the bad cat there, and I'm taking lessons there, learning Ableton with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first I'm going to tell you both something
In this
right
room,
now.
that room he talking about, whoo!
I haven't been able to get over the first line that you said. I'm still stuck about 3 minutes ago because, Qwess, man, you said you've been DJing for 24 years. I don't know what the two of you got going on the West Coast. You barely even look 24, okay? So unless you got a baby gift that was a bunch of turntables.
That threw me off too.
I did.
I don't know why you're laughing, man. You don't look half your age either. As soon as this podcast is over, I'm shutting it down. I'm hitting the stop button. I'm getting on a plane and I'm coming out to you guys because I'm trying to age wherever you two are at. That's the first thing right there.
He said it. Qwess said it. Qwess said because the holistic. I was going to actually try to go to school for Chinese medicine. He's talking about the holistic side. When everybody's talking about, man, I'm going to become better at this, I'm going to get stronger. If the body's not physical, mental, and spiritual, if you don't feed all three of those sides of you, you can't reach your maximum goal of who you can be in life. And now holistic is now it's a word, but it's actually used to be a way of life with our people, with black people. Our parents, I mean, a lot of them they couldn't go to doctors, couldn't afford doctors, but they all had their own way of using the earth, especially coming from down south, on how to stay healthy and what medications to take. And now it's kind of going back that way.
So I went to a school out of New York, actually your way, Jason, called the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And they put together a really, really nice 1-year crash course. And it just helped me understand a lot of the stuff I was studying independently, but it put it in perspective in which how I could turn myself into a business. And so that kind of took a whole nother route and legs, and I created products. I partnered with a friend of mine, and we developed a children's book series, originally called The Adventures of Mustache, and now it's called Get Well Johnny. And it's a 12-book series based on, just life practices that we all should have, like the importance of drinking water and the cycle of water, sugar, whole foods, superfoods, and we go on and on. So
don't say sugar. Don't you say sugar to me. Don't say sugar. Don't say sugar.
Yeah, man.
Because I crave it. I love it. Sugar. All the inflammation in our body. 80% was wrong. Every 80% was wrong with me is sugar. And you should it's like, hey man, quit taking crack. I know I should quit taking crack, but I like it. And that's what sugar is, man. I know it's wrong.
What about the other 20%?
Well, the crazy thing is this. Yeah,
the other 20% is wrong with me. That's mental, bro. I can't do nothing about that. That's what God gave me. That ADHD and stuff. I mean, that makes me me. That makes me me.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. We all got something.
Now, Qwess, I think what's really cool is, and I used to DJ back in college. It was that's how I paid my way through college, doing parties.
What?
Yeah, parties, weddings, whatever. Never hit the club scene.
Hey, Black, bring me
all the wedding scene.
Bring me your
people was getting married, trying to spend money. So
your camera,
I was all over that.
iPhone charger.
Yeah.
I think one of the cool things about DJing is you're always pretty much DJing at night. So you have your days for you, right?
You do. And I mean, for a minute, I was just living it up, young, in my 20s, just running them up, spending money. And that's what I realized when I started taking construction and, my health coaching serious, because I wanted to fill my day up with something that had some value and not just, waiting around for the next party or whatnot, So I had to figure out what to do on my day.
Well, that's the problem. When you're in your 20s, you can go to work all night, get 2 hours, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, you can. I'm guilty of that, bro. Woo.
and then when you get older, I guess all that holistic medicine helps because those 3 hours of sleep at night kind of catch up with you eventually, right?
A guy told me
swell up.
A guy told me today. He said, "Man, you need water and you need sleep." I said, "Yeah." Those two right there. Don't care how many herbs you take, you got to be drinking some water. Your muscles are made up, what they say, almost 80% of water. So
yes, it is.
Muscles alone. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, you said something earlier, man. You said you were a Renaissance man. Now, I told my son Royce, I wanted him to name his. I was putting that dad thing on him. Man, I want you to name your production company Renaissance Man Production. He went to school for audio engineering. He's a director, man. He's doing comic books. I said, dude, you're like a throwback. Remember they used to say jack of all trades and master of none? Well, I think now it's called jack of mastery. Because you can do more than one thing and you can monetize all these different things.
No, it's true, man. I struggled with that for a long time because one of my mentors and godfathers, and we all call him uncle, he's been a dear friend of my family. Sam Watson told me a long time ago. He said, man, he's always telling us, you got to do one thing. You got to do one thing. You got to do it well. Do that. Focus on one thing.
Yeah.
You don't try to do too much. Do too much. That's how you talk fast.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I get it, but I always would challenge that because I'm like, yo, I'm a really good DJ, but I can do some other things too. And
yes, yeah,
you got to prioritize and you got to put things in perspective and properly like have time management. But I'm a firm believer that if you can operate one business really well, and the internet is a great proof of that. If you can operate one website really well, you can operate a second one really well, and that could keep going. Same thing with business. It takes work. You got a team. It's not you by yourself. But if you can figure out one algorithm, that can be the foundation for another one, and so on.
Now, this show is called Technically Funny. So we've kind of figured out how old you are now. Qwess, talk about how has technology made all this stuff easier, right? Because when you were in your 20s, it wasn't all readily available. You were probably spinning vinyl back then. I mean, how has technology allowed you in what you do to kind of enable, you to be more productive and then leave time to do all these things, to be a true Renaissance man? And then I got more on that after, but I mean, talk about that a little bit.
Well, it's really, it's unique to be, I'm 34. I'm not afraid of age. I like age. You know, I don't grind dye my grays or nothing, right? But I come from an era where we were completely analog. We were at the end of analog. Like I remember seeing the color TVs on the floor, and then we put the digital TV on top of that, and left. That was our TV. You know what I'm saying? Like I come from that, watching Mike Tyson on like a real old school TV. But it's been an amazing transition because at first I kind of fought it. Like I was like, you know, you're not a real DJ, but as I really understood the technology, played with it, purchased it, and got more familiar with the technology, it actually saved my DJ career, changed my DJ career, added more value to me as I didn't push it away and I embraced it. Oh man, it expanded my game 10 times, you know? So I think it's something that everybody should understand how to use and not let it use you. You know what I'm saying? Like technology is amazing if it's used properly. You know, to me, I would tell people this, and I'm like a radical.
You're at the right age.
Thinking, but I would say that the internet is like almost the return of Christ. It's like now is your time to, you know, whatever that means to some people. That hits a chord at some people. Some people look at me like I'm crazy, but I say like the internet, it leveled the playing field for humanity. Yeah. So now we have an opportunity to take advantage or turn into a bigger consumer. It's your choice, you know?
Okay.
That's a good point, man. I remember.
I like, because you're at that age. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just going to say, I remember, you know, I got into DJing when CDs were already out, so you didn't need vinyl anymore. But it was before Serato, before digital. And probably the biggest piece of gear I had were cases of CDs. You know, at the time, you didn't want to throw them necessarily in the books, in the CD books, because then you wouldn't have all the jackets. And it was just good to have the cases. Yeah. And, you know, I would walk around with 6, 7 cases of CDs to any party. I mean, that was just massive. Today, you know, you got a laptop and that's it. A laptop and some decks, and you know, you don't really need much else.
No, it's true.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a secret, man. All right, so I was a DJ.
Get out of here, man.
I DJ in college. I DJ at the radio station in college, and also was a DJ at parties. You know, I love music, man. But I'm also a tech head. I was raised to be a tech head. I was raised thinking about being an engineer. I studied chemical engineering in college because I wanted to blow stuff up, but that's something different. We ain't gonna talk about that.
I mean, well, hold up. I think the statute. I think we're good on the statute of limitations. So you could, you know, just put it out there.
Well, you know, there's no statute of limitations on murder, baby.
Ain't no statute on a terrorist. Ain't no statute of limitations on terrorists. Trust me.
Yeah, you know what's awesome about this show? Every week we have somebody on, and it turns out that we all do the same things, even though, you know, The title on the business card.
We don't talk about
title on the business card is something different.
Yeah.
And that's what's really cool.
You know what it is? Well, like, look, Qwess is at the age. Look, I've been around since the beginning of analog. You saw the end of analog coming, but I think those who touched analog, there's going to be a first generation never had analog, and I think they're at a disadvantage. I might be proven wrong, but I think because we touched it, I know how hard it could be, so I appreciate what it can do now. Kids have an attention span, like, hey man, this is taking too long. It's taking 30 seconds to render. I said, brother, I'll take that 30 seconds, because it used to be 3 days. And you used to have to hire a guy to carry your albums. Remember, back in the day, you had that friend who just wanted to go to the party. So he was a dude that had the van. We're going to put all the albums in your van, and I'm going to get you in the party if you carry my stuff in.
How about somebody tried that for me at the Pacquiao fight? He was like, hey, man, I'll carry some crates. You know, let me just go with you. I was like, man, my stuff is set up, and I got a backpack on, man. They're going to look at you crazy.
My stuff in my pocket. My stuff is in my pocket.
It's in my pocket.
Unless you're going to carry me in. Unless you're going to carry me in as a DJ.
I am the crate now. Don't you know that?
How easy is it now?
That's wild, man.
How easy is it to get on a computer? I mean, you know, listen, obviously, I think most people watching this show kind of get the concept of being a DJ. You're out at a club, you're at a party, whatever. You know, you're playing one track into the next. But what about the software, the technology? If you want to do a mix, like how easy has that become today? Obviously, there's a talent to it. There's an ear to it. I mean, you know, production, you're either good at it or you're not. But how much has it changed in terms of actually just getting on the computer and doing it?
Rapidly, man. It's a difference of thousands of dollars and a lot of people in the studio, or, you know, I'm in front of my computer right now. This is my studio. You know, I can have like 2 other pieces of hardware, some speakers, and I can go battle Timberland, or, you know what I'm saying? I could match. You know what I'm saying? Like it's damn near that simple. I mean, like you said something key, like you're either good or you're not, and that either comes through or you don't. But the access to recording, and I mean, look what we're doing right now. We're in 3 different places. We're having a great time live.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a testament to how easy or how much it's changed and how much access is there. So now there's really almost no excuse, you know?
You know, Sinbad, you bring up.
But the only thing is, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, you bring up the best point of all, like that appreciation point where you get how hard this was.
Yeah.
You know, my kids, I got young kids, and they've all had iPads. They've all had iPads since they were born. It's, you know, my 7-year-old daughter can grab an iPad and she knows exactly what to do with it, and she uses it. I mean, sure, she watches videos on YouTube that I think make me dumber, but you know, she uses it to learn how to read, to learn math. It's and just the way they navigate. If you would have handed me an iPad when I was 7 years old, I mean, I always stop and try to have that thought in my head. Like, I've been technically inclined since I was a kid. I've had computers since I was young, but what was a computer then versus now? I mean, would I have known what to do with an iPad? And to kids, it's like second nature now.
You would have if it was around when you were around. But remember now, I was building Heath kits. I was taking tubes up my dad's TV. So we had our version of what an iPad was. Now, my thing is this. I'm glad I didn't have it because it made me creative. I went outside. If you want to learn how to play music, I had to find somebody to show me how to play something. And it made me communicate with people. It gave me social skills. I think what technology has done now is taking away some social skills. Like I said, I look at DJ Qwess. He's a different kind of DJ. There's some guys now, I don't think they have a connection with people. They plan the playlist. They got the little fob with them, and they plan the playlist, and they're like, go with me. This is what I do. Go with me. Because I'm in Vegas, man. I crack up when kids are like this. Oh, my God, DJ so-so, it's time. I got to go. I said, man, but he going to play the same songs he played last time he was here. And they looked at me like, dude, like they want to kill me. These kids looked at me. Dude, they looked at me like I was the devil.
You know, we got Dennis.
Like I was the devil, man.
Dennis Pouliot's in the chat right now, and he says Spotify Pandora premixes are trying to replace DJs. I mean, what do you say to that?
Hey, let me say this. When I was in the Impact record pool, I'm talking about Danny Foot James and Tracy Kendrick, all of the LA street DJs from LA was in this record pool. We were like the biggest black record pool in the city. And every week, I joined in 99 or something like that. I was in high school sometime. But however, we would have to turn in a playlist, a 25-song playlist with 5 songs that we thought they might not be in that list. And we had to do our own radio, like what you see on Billboard, what you see people playlisting. Playlist is like a thing. If we didn't turn in our playlist, we got fined $50. So the independent DJ always had a playlist because that's how the record labels would give us free music. So now everybody has access to the music. That's the biggest change in the technology. Not that the fact that you can DJ digitally now, that's cool. But the thing is when we went to MP3, I was a BearShare LimeWire kid. I ripped. Ooh, I was a pirate. Let me tell you. And I had every version of everything you can think of. If it was up, I could find it. And I was that guy. Right?
I love LimeWire. I love LimeWire. I love LimeWire, man.
Little Napster.
Napster, I murdered all of that. I was lethal. And we would we would have parties, Napster parties. Me and my homies would be in a room like this. Everybody got a computer and just running amok, and download anything we could get our hands on. But what I noticed is that since everybody has access to the music, now everybody's a DJ. And now everybody can play this. So you could be a popular kid, you could be a celebrity, you could be a cute girl, you could be a kid. You could be somebody who just knows a lot of people.
You could be Paris Hilton. And
no name. I ain't saying no name. Hey, come on.
I'm gonna say. I'm glad you said that name because this one I'm mad about. You got DJs like DJ Qwess. I got remember now. Let's go back where my peeve was. Brothers set up the game of DJing, spinning, scratching, everything, and then when it became hip, and they came with house, it was all these European dudes and all these other dudes. I was so angry. I said, y'all didn't even go grab the cats who originated this, that made the ones and twos happening, that carried all that gear, that made the business be what it is. But when it came time to get paid, see, right now, celebrities, they've asked me, hey, man, you want to come and DJ and do a set? I said, dude, I'll sit in with a DJ, but that's a mockery to a guy that does this for a living. I'd rather sit with a guy that I respect. Let me bring my keyboard. Let me bring my guitar. Let me play along with you because I'm not even going to sit here in front like I should make the money that they make. And a lot of entertainers and celebrities now are showing up. And sometimes people make the playlist. Say, don't worry, you don't even have to make the playlist. We'll make it for you. I said, oh, that's not a party. That's not happening.
Look, I ain't going to say no names because I love them, but I done been around some people and had to, put it all together for them right there in the mix, and they in the booth with me looking cool and everything, and It is what it is. I ain't gonna throw them under the bus because it is what it is, but it's definitely going down, and it's at the core of it. DJs are artists. It was Eric B and Rakim and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and Jam Master Jay and Run DMC. So the DJ was always the first artist, but the artist, the MC kind of took over and got in the front. And some artists don't even have DJs at this point. And that's kind of not okay, but it's cool because that's just what it is. And it's a whole new generation of the game. So you can't hate on how they moving. But I really do think that it's important that they understand where we came from and how, the original hip hop DJ wasn't even playing hip hop. Because it wasn't no hip hop. It wasn't no hip hop. He was playing classic.
It was funk.
Funk.
Yeah, he took them classic funk and soul. Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's crazy to see how much has changed. So there's definitely some upside, but there's definitely some parts that are suffering. And I think, history repeats itself and it's always going to come back. I thought because I was playing, when I got into DJing as an young adult, at 17, I had a residency. And for 8 hours, I would DJ for 8 hours. That's unheard of. DJs don't DJ for 8 hours today. But from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every Friday night, and then I came back Saturday night, and some Wednesdays and Thursdays I would do.
But wild.
Right in Inglewood, from 6 to 10, I played nothing but old school. every Friday for 5 years. And my friends were hanging out young, turning 21, hanging in Hollywood. And I'm in Inglewood at a little dive bar. And I thought that I was just doing it. I was just pouring my life down the drain because I was like, I'm playing this old school for all these old folks. They gonna get old and die. I'm gonna get older. My friends ain't gonna want to hang with me. I ain't gonna be cool, you know. And it was just a lot of fears I was putting on myself, and it all paid off. People still love the music because the music is timeless. It's great music. Yes. It doesn't go nowhere. And here I find myself on the road,
5 decades.
DJing for Stevie Wonder. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, oh, now I can. Yeah. Now I really got chops. I can speak his language because I didn't study his era to top and bottom. I know all about it, and he can still teach me, of course. But I'm up on the conversation enough to whatever you say. Yeah, I'm in the room,
brother. You're in the room. You're in the room,
man. Come on, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. I encourage all DJs to get out there and learn the music. Learn the music. Man, if you knew about house, that's a whole nother conversation.
See, my house. Remember, house came out. House came out of Chicago. Mm-hmm. My man passed away. The house was remember they called the house music, Jay? It was house parties. There ain't no deepness to it. It was parties in the house. Midwest. I'm from Midwest. I'm from Michigan. They were house parties, dude. So all of a sudden, this thing called house came out. I said, oh, good. I'm thinking the music I was listening to. Then I was like, that ain't house. That's some European dude. They don't even know what house music is. That wouldn't even come to my house. And I said, they stole another art form. I'm so tired of y'all taking the art form. Took it.
Europeans, man. Can't trust them.
Took it.
Yo, huge shout out to Ryan Silverberg.
Not just European.
I know where you're going. Huge shout out to Ryan Silverberg in the chat right now. Plays in a really cool band called the Flux Capacitors. They're based out in LA, 80s cover band, and they played with DMC at Comic-Con this past weekend.
Nice.
Yes, he posted a video in the chat of Walk This Way, so you got to check that out if you're listening to this, watching on replay or right when we hang up, go watch it. Wow, don't watch now. Do not watch right now. You can watch.
No, we here.
I'm gonna pull it up now.
When we're finished,
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Technology. I'm gonna pull it up right now, man.
I actually use elements of Walk This Way in the show with Stevie. But he had a song called Spiritual Walkers, and then there's like a DJ. There's like a break beat in there, and I'll be playing. I mix in the Run DMC. Walk this way. Have some fun with that.
Yo, let me ask you this, Qwess. Let me ask you one thing. Young man, when you started digging through crates and listening to old school and funk, what was a band or a sample that you found and said, oh, damn, this is so funky? But it wasn't from your era, but you said, this is so funky.
Hey, man, it's so many records. Let me tell you, I'm still finding new records.
What's your first one? What was the first one you said, oh, this is it? This is it.
You know what? There was a record. So I sampled Earth, Wind, and Fire, Evil.
Oh, off the Head to the Sky album.
Off that album right there. And the way that that percussive intro was.
Yeah.
Man, I flipped that so cold and added live bass and there's another one. The name of the record is but you know who else is so funky? Confunction. Ooh,
thank you, man. Vallejo, California brothers, my Vallejo, California brothers. Ooh. Dude, Confunction and Cameo, the two C's I call them. Confunction and Cameo, man. You put them in a mix like cake, and you can't go wrong. And then you throw Lakeside on top of that, then the world's right.
Oh my goodness.
Then the world's right. The world's right.
Now, Qwess, you talk about doing these.
It's so true.
You talk about playing these clubs and putting in the time, and I think, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what you do, especially as an artist, I think everybody ultimately knows you don't just wake up and become, Denzel one day, right? There's a lot of hard work that goes into that.
No.
But how do you get that? I mean, when does that opportunity come and it's like, yeah, they want me to play for Stevie. They want me to play sold out MGM Grand Garden Arena for Manny Pacquiao. Like, how do those opportunities even show up? Because there are so many people trying to do it.
Hey, there was a great poet, the late great poet Nipsey Hussle said, "Hard work plus patience, and you know, and dedication, and man, I was 10 when I first got my turntables, and I'm gonna tell you, there's highs and lows like in all business, and I kept coming back. I kept showing up, you know, when I took an L, because you know DJing is like basketball or football. You might have a bad game, you know what I'm saying? And
worst night, bro. What's your worst night? Worst night. Worst night that you when you're young, you thought you were gonna turn it out, and just bad night.
You know, my worst night came at a wedding.
Really?
And, yeah.
It's always a wedding.
Weddings are tricky, you know. So
yeah.
For a DJ, it's about connecting, right? You need to make a connection. Like you're literally having a conversation with somebody, and with the whole entire room, for that matter. And so, like, to be in front of all of these people and not be able to connect is a horrible feeling, you know, especially when you're the professional who has been hired to connect with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I have to say it's been at a wedding. You know, you have different families, and a lot of people don't know each other, and it's just kind of awkward energy. It's new. And if it's not like a tight-knit group who really likes to party, you'll find yourself in my shoes on a given night where I was in Laguna, and it just turned out to be a horrible day, man. Like, I felt like it was horrible. You know, it was their wedding day, and I hope they had a great time still and found some type of joy in it. But you know, we still created moments. But to me, with the absence of creating these moments, because my motto for many years was priceless productions that create lasting memories. You know, and or excuse me, quality productions that produce lasting memories. And so I wanted to be able to, you know, the DJ creates moments, and these moments a lot of the times go with people for the rest of their life, for many, many years. You know, it's pictures, it'd be serious occasions. And, you know, I've DJ'd everything from the house parties, the backyard bookies, to the clubs, the corporate, the artists, radio. There's many different types of DJs. So I think to get back to your question, you really got to stay focused on who you are as a DJ and what that is. And if you're going to develop a personality, and you get put in certain instances and where you it's like improv. And so you have to come out with a W. Like you go into this battle and you go into a room you never been in. Like I'm in Poland on the beach DJing or something like that. It's like, okay, I don't even know these people. I don't know what they like. I don't know who they are. Let me test them with the music. Let's try to figure this out. You kind of got to read the room. That comes with experience, man. It comes with experience. It comes with constantly showing up, consistency, being a professional, and great relationships. Don't ever sleep on the relationship aspect of it. I think the relationship part of it is half the battle. Because if you got good relationships, people to take chances on you. If you're reliable, people to take chances on you. So I've been blessed enough for people to throw me the ball and they get an assist, and I get some buckets, and we get to re-up it. You know, I don't have no big marketing campaign. It's been word of mouth, and that's how my career has been. It's been word of mouth. So I'm thankful for that. You know.
Yeah, you know, yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's a blessing, man.
You know, Qwess, and we talked about it a little bit earlier, and it's a good point. The technology makes it so accessible to everybody, and you know, obviously, there's the obvious sort of bad thing there, right? It's like, well, you know, everybody thinks they're a DJ, everybody wants to do it. You have all this, you know, competition now. But I think the interesting part is that maybe it's not so bad, because ultimately the cream always rises to the top, you know? And
it's no competition, yo. It's no competition.
Art is just art, right?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
All right, so Sinbad, we lost you. You're just a logo right now. So I'll talk to Qwess till you come back. We'll just. It's funny because that's all good. That's all good. This is it's a late night show, so that's all good. Of course, what's funny is, you know, and this is a technology show, and we get to see technology fail live. Now we're giving LiveU like a crazy good plug, because all anybody can see is the LiveU logo, right? But the LiveU box ain't working, so you're not here. So we'll just continue to plug them while you get back here. Of course it goes on.
The show goes on.
That's true.
No.
And nobody could even hear you. Can't hear you either, man. Sound comes through the camera. It's just me and Qwess.
Yeah.
We're having a cool conversation. Nobody knows what it is. I mean, me and Qwess know. All right. Give it to me. All right. So I know Qwess heard that, but I'll repeat it for everybody watching. Sinbad wants to know what's the technology that's working right now for you. Go ahead, take it away while we try to get Sinbad back.
I'm really working with Pioneer closely. I like the DJ SZ2, the SR2, also the Ableton Push. That's crazy. And so with those devices, man,
I'm back.
I'm really able to really flex in a way. It puts me in like DJ producer mode, you know, because I can DJ and have the past like a producer in the studio. So it allows me to get a little bit more creative. And you have all of this new technology within the software. So the software is Serato. Serato is, you know, the leader in the space. And we all use that. That's kind of the formula. And we use that technology, but then in Serato, you have all of these upsells. You have pitch and play, you have time, and all of these different add-ons. And these add-ons allow you to utilize the software in a very unique way. You can use Flip, and you can record stuff, and there's all of these onboard functionalities on the actual controller itself, where you can do these effects and add things to it, and sound effects. And so the DJ game necessarily is on fire. So I encourage everybody right now, if you've got a computer and you love music, I'm encouraging you to DJ. I'm telling them like this, there's no competition. I said it before, like I could literally give you my computer, Sinbad, and then you got to do Sinbad. Can't do Qwess, you know, and I can't do Sinbad.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, man. These Ableton Live classes. I'm Ableton Live. Look, I've had Ableton Live since the first version.
Okay.
I'm just now getting to it at 10. It's Ableton 10, because this is the learning curve for Ableton Live. You're going like this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do this. All of a sudden it takes off. I never got to the takeoff point because I would just quit. But because of going down to like the 1500 Music Academy, I don't want to embarrass myself, because they're invested in me. And my daughter and I go on. I said, and now I've been messing with the push. Dude, I'm using it this weekend. I'm playing with me on bass guitar, friend playing sax, and another friend playing keys. Dude, I'm doing my first sampling, splitting some up, taking the sample of a drum kit, and me playing on top of a loop. It's gonna suck, bro. but you got to get your feet wet. So I got some MIDI pedals. I got a loop-to-miss MIDI pedal. I said, dude, these folks have no idea how bad this is going to be. But for me, it's a major victory.
You know, that's so
interesting. Major victory. You can do so much with push, man. Go ahead, Jason.
No, I was just going to say, we're talking about this, and I realized it's the same across all these industries, right? Because the same way that anybody can go out and, you know, spend a couple $100 and now they're a DJ, everybody can go out and buy a GoPro and now they're a camera operator. You know what I'm saying? Like a couple $100. A couple $100, you get yourself a DSLR with some lenses, maybe an Osmo Mobile. Now you got a gimbal with no learning curve at all, and it's kind of leveled the playing field. I feel like with DJing, it's even a more level playing field because the cost of entry just to get yourself something real similar, right? Like, you know, you got great gear, right? But if you had not so great gear, you could probably, because you're an artist, you could probably do a lot with just a couple $100 worth of gear in the DJ world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's where talent really shines, right? Because it's not like, you know,
that's the difference.
If I go out,
that's the difference, Jay.
If I go out and buy an Alexa, right? If I go out and buy an Alexa camera package and I spend $100,000 and then I spend another $150,000 on lenses, and you go out and you buy a $500 camera and you put it next to me and we point it at the same thing, it's not going to look the same, right? There's a difference between what they're shooting feature films on and what's available at Best Buy, you know?
Absolutely.
But I think with DJing, it's a little bit different because the barrier of entry is so similar, and the cost to get the right amount of gear is so similar. Really, the best DJs shine because you're all playing on like a level playing field. I mean, is that you feel the same way? Because I'm just looking at it from a filmmaking standpoint.
Hey man, everybody has an opportunity to go all the way up because you have so much access to music. With access to music, see that's what made the DJs unique. When I first saw Kid Capri in Vegas, he was on vinyl, and when he was on vinyl, he was going through the music so fast and playing it so well that was the. I was like, damn man, look at him, how he's doing it, going through the record so fast and everything. Well, that was that's a trade secret. That's like how he did it, and you have to watch him. And now that all of those crates are inside of his computer, oh my goodness, think about how much faster he could go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now he's like he went from a grenade to the H-bomb. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's the wizard. Now he's a wizard. Like, what? How did he do that? Now he's a wizard, man. Cause see, Kid goes way back. I was doing the Apollo. Kid Capri is a beast, man. But I look at it, I don't know if you know quite so much I know about you, man. I check your stuff. I was like, I've always this is the difference, Jay.
Talk to me.
It's accessible to everybody, but so are guitars, so are keyboards. You can go to Guitar Center. Everything there's no such thing as a cheap guitar that doesn't sound good. There's no more cheap drum kit. When I was coming up, there were junk kits and a nice kit. And so when we started, you always had a junk kit, and you hoped that somebody would give you a nice kit because they thought this kid was trying to make it. We're gonna get him off the streets. Now, even though there's no reason not to be great, people still quit because it's perseverance, and it's called when you put the work in. I don't care how easy it is. I don't care what the equipment is. There is still a learning curve to everything. There's still a learning curve. Yeah, I got a nice iPad, or I got Serato. How do I put this together? How do I put it? That means you got to watch other people. You got to put some time in. You got to let me play somebody's birthday party and jack this up. Let me put some time in. Everybody wants to be great now. That's the problem. Everybody wants to be great, or worse, people think they're great. People tell you, man, I'm a filmmaker. He got an iPhone and he got Final Cut Pro. And I said, you're not a filmmaker, dude. You're a hobbyist, which is okay.
Yeah, which is okay. It's okay,
hobbyist, bro. It's okay.
I know what you are.
I remember in college, you know, where all those European guys that you guys don't like were coming up. Tiesto was coming up. And I remember I downloaded Fruity Loops and I put it on my computer, and I thought by next weekend I was going to be cranking out like crazy beats because that's all you needed. It was all in the software. It was all the samples. You just line them up in a grid and you're good. But you learn quickly that not that easy.
I mean,
I was that 3 weeks ago with Ableton Live.
Hey, not to knock all house DJs, because a lot of these new producers, I call them producers, because that's what they are. They're making their own music, like a Calvin Harris, a T.S. Stowe, all these guys. They're in the lab producing their own music, and then they go to the party and play it, you know. And so there's a certain level of respect that you have for those type of, like a Flying Lotus, who they're making this stuff, they're doing this, and then they're going and performing it and adding nice theatricals to it. So there's a certain level of showmanship that's there. It's just when it becomes, you know, a little redundant, less creative, or less like unique, where it becomes like, we've heard this and seen this before, you know?
Was Avicii
not so cool.
Was Avicii like that ultimate guy where he would go produce these crazy tracks and then go out and find the best vocalists in the world to sing on these tracks and just crank out hit after hit? I mean, is that like the pinnacle of that?
Man, I mean, God rest his soul, man. He was able to put it all together, because between him and I think like a Calvin Harris, you know, these guys were able to get with. Quincy Jones said something really key to me one time. He said, good music with great songwriting and a great performance will make a hit record. And you can't deny it. It doesn't matter what they look like, where they come from, any of that. That doesn't discriminate. There's no prejudice there. You got good music, you got good vocalists, you got good songwriting, you got a recipe for a hit record. And that could also go the other way. You can have a great vocalist. It could be Mariah Carey, a horrible song, subpar beat, and it's a dud. You know what I'm saying? It's a dud.
Or you could be Mariah Carey and have a great song and a subpar night, you know, like New Year's Eve, and it all just comes crumbling down.
But you know what? But she's still Mariah Carey, and she ain't going nowhere. See, you know why? Because we knew what the talent was. See, even if she can't hit the notes no more, she put in her time.
She put in her time, yo.
Ain't no new divas. There's no new divas. Name me a new diva. Ain't no new divas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Whitney's dead, but, you know, on the same note, I pay to hear her, and she's still Whitney, you know?
She'll be Whitney, man, because ain't no divas like them. There's nobody that can step up to a mic like they did. See, like you say, what Qwess doing, when you can step up to the mic, when you step up to the turntable, they're like, oh, it's about to go down. When Qwess is hard, they know, I ain't got to worry about this. Qwess here tonight, so nobody's going to like, oh man, what's the DJ like? Oh, I don't know, man. Have you seen it before? Look, it's very important. We got a lot of people here. When you get Qwess, Qwess DJing? Dude, we good. That's when you know you at your top of your game, because somebody said, hey man, we're so glad you're here. Thank God. We had this other cat. I'm glad you're here now. Because this other dude thought he was a DJ. Or this other female thought she was a DJ. Because a lot of females are throwing down right now. I love what's
they going in.
I love how, I love the game now.
Qwess, how'd you get into boxing, man? How does that happen?
Oh man, I've been a fan of boxing for many, many years, bro. I remember watching. I was a kid, a baby down there, but I was watching Mike Tyson and watching. Went through his whole era, and now I've been a longtime friend of the Watson family. You know, Sam, like I said, is like a godfather to many, and he was close to me when I was really young. He took me up under his wing. And you know, that's through his sons. I was really close friends with Marcus and Brandon. We were really young, and so that relationship just grew. When they got in the boxing game, I didn't get in the boxing game. Okay, it took me many years later. You know what I'm saying? Just because we were friends, it wasn't like, okay, I'm gonna just put my homie on. Nah, I still had to grind and show that I was worthy of it. You know, and you know, it wasn't until this, maybe I've been doing the fights for like almost a year now, you know, a little less than a year. And I've done fights prior to this. But I've also DJed for the Rams and done Rams games and done Sparks games and done SC games. And so, you know, when I started really getting into sporting a lot, and a lot changed in the boxing. Boxing has changed. And now where we're at today, it's such a beautiful place to be in, because if anybody was following boxing, they know that it wasn't necessarily like it is today. I mean, it's always been a bunch of independent promoters and managers, and people making fights independently, and it was one-offs, and now it's like there's a few leagues almost. You know what I'm saying? Where you have the PBC and the Zone and the Contender and these all these. It's
too many of them.
they're like leagues almost.
Tournaments.
It's almost like
big
football tournaments. Yeah, big tournaments, and that's a beautiful thing for boxing because when it was independent, people talked about it back in the day how it was fixed and how Don King did, and Don King was a gangster though. We love him, but it was like it was crazy because
straight up,
it is what it is, But
he was, man. That's why I like the Mayweather said, look, man, I ain't gonna give you my money. I'll do it myself. And that's what Golden Boy did, man. Yeah, they said I'll do it myself.
Come on, and it's a beautiful thing what Al Heyman is doing right now, and I was blessed enough to come through and start doing some fights and make an impact, and the people in the network like it, the crowd like it, the promoters like it, and it kept me coming back, and I'll start doing fights in one market, then I start going to another market, and they're like, everything. We want you at all of them.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense with Al Heyman because Al Heyman was a music producer. Remember now?
That's true.
He does all the fights, Jay, but Al Heyman was the black. If you pissed off Al Heyman, you wasn't working for nobody.
I don't give a fuck how good you was.
He was the black music promoter. And it was smart. When he got into the fight game, I said, because remember, black conscious, R&B, soul, all of a sudden, we couldn't sell out anymore. It became like the Taylor Swift's and Justin Bieber's and stuff like that.
That's a sad moment, right? Yeah, no, that's
I get real sad. I get real sad when I talk about that.
That is something to be sad about.
Moment. It just, I know, man. Okay, but it just happened. So right now, for you, it makes sense because it is musical. Mm-hmm. Boxing, music. Look, boxing back then when I was going Mike Tyson, before that Ali, everybody, entertainers, music. Boxing and music and entertainment was always intertwined. It was a big night to go to a fight.
Yeah.
The after party after the fight. Oh, if you couldn't make the fight, get to the after party.
Oh, that's the truth. I don't think that's changed. I mean, you think about boxing now. It's one thing to DJ for the Rams. I mean, obviously it's a big opportunity, big time NFL, whatever. But people go to the game and they're focused on the football a lot. And with boxing, it's a different thing. I think to Sinbad's point, every hour that you're at the venue, they're fighting for a maximum of 36 minutes. That leaves 24 minutes, including 11 minutes that's in the middle of the fight, right? The music in between rounds. I mean, you're setting the whole tone in the venue. When you're watching on TV, you're hearing the ringside guys talking a lot. But in the venue, there's 12, 15, 17,000 people in there. You go to T-Mobile, when Mayweather fought McGregor, 20,000 people in there. You're setting the tone. I mean, that's a responsibility. I don't think people think about that or get that how big of a position that is. You're not just the house guy sitting up in a booth somewhere. I mean, you're out there. You're on the floor. You're feeling the vibe, and it's you hit play. You got an open mic when you're out there.
100%, man. 100%. And when I stepped into that role, my mission, and it's still the same, my intention was to add more entertainment value to the sport of boxing because I see where we can grow. And so that's what I meditate on, and I'm focused on being able to add more entertainment value to the sport of boxing. It's going to be amazing if all my ideas can explode into the arenas. There we go.
So what's next?
Yeah. Now let me ask you this, because can I just? I'm glad you said. I want to ask you this because I'm getting ready to do it. Because sometimes you can't take that big band. I can't. Dude, I had that 7-piece. I had 3 horns. Dude, it killed me financially. I was like, damn. As a comic, I make all the money. I started doing bands. I said, man, I got to give my money out to all these people. But I said, if I bring a DJ, man, so even if I only got like a horn player or a keyboard player, or if I got none of them, because now that I'm learning Ableton, I mean, I'm an Ableton junkie now.
Nice.
I said, if I got DJ in Ableton, I can make a party swing because I don't want to be on stage by myself because you like to, interact with somebody. I can talk to the DJ and the people in the audience can have fun just like they have with a DJ. I said, this opens the door because my daughter who sings, I said, look, find yourself a DJ.
Yeah.
And the world opens up.
That's true. I mean, if you saw Adam Sandler's last Netflix special, That's kind of what he did. He went on the road. It was, I wouldn't call him a DJ. It was more of like a musician, but it was just a guy. And he was able to use that musician to help him play songs. He did some backing tracks, instrumentation, and that was the whole act. You know, and
Wayne Brady does it. Wayne Brady has a guy.
And I mean that was the funniest thing Adam Sandler's done since I don't know, Billy Madison, I think.
Yeah, it made him hip. What it did was it made him hip because Adam was always doing music, even on Saturday Night Live, doing his DJ. But now he had the electric guitar and he had a guy. What it does is you don't have to worry about trying to find the music. You got your DJ. Now I don't have to worry so much. Hey man, I'm trying to hit this. Let me hit the push. If I got a DJ, man, we just going, man, let's get this verse. Let's hang here for a while. And you develop a language. I said, now have you gone out with a band? Have you ever traveled with a band? Wait a minute, you did travel with bands, Qwess?
Oh yeah. I just came back off the road with Stevie Wonder, like I said, and I mean the band and the DJ connection is phenomenal. Yeah, I just did the Song Party tour, so it's interesting how innovative,
real casual,
the legendary,
real casual, you know,
the legendary Stevie Wonder is though, because look, he brings a DJ with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so exactly what you're saying. Like, so when I was in London, we did British Summertime Festival. One day was Celine Dion. One day was the Stevie Wonder Song Party. And the Stevie Wonder Song Party featured Lionel Richie as a special guest. And so Corinne Bailey Ray went on, Lionel Richie went on, and then I took the stage for an hour. And then Stevie Wonder came on. And my whole job was to build the crowd up. It's a song party. I'm gonna have a song party. So when Stevie Wonder come out, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. They're like ready for the party. So he comes out to Earth, Wind and Fire, and man, he comes to the stage and then we rock the show for 2 hours. And I'm on the mic talking to him, interacting. And it's crazy because to see how innovative he is.
You played that off. You didn't tell us everything
that was
doing.
We've been on the air for an hour.
Man, you just
we've been out here for an
hour.
Played
that, man. Come on, man.
We've been here for an hour, and then he drops the Stevie tour.
You just played that. Yeah, man. I was in London with Stevie. You know, man. I was out there with Stevie. Damn.
Talk about burying.
Man. Hancock D Street, man.
Talk about burying the lead.
Oh, man.
Talk about burying the lead right there.
I'm saying
man.
So anytime you want to go, man, Sin, let's go, man. Let's go turn them up, man. I'm ready with you.
I'm gonna be calling you, brother.
You got. I don't know.
I don't have Stevie. I don't have Stevie money.
Oh, you got big money, baby. You got big money, baby.
I don't know though, because Sinbad, you're on the road on the weekends. You got boxing on the weekends. We're gonna have to change like the nightly. We're gonna have to figure it out. Sinbad, you're gonna have to start doing comedy on Wednesdays, baby.
We can box and do comedy.
Hey,
how about
Jason,
this? Comedians
somehow
box
it works. Yeah, Jason, somehow it works, man. I'm still able to book other things, man. Somehow it just works.
Yo, Sinbad, I think you nailed it. We got to call Al Heyman, all right? And instead of 24 minutes of staring at an empty ring, we bring you in between fights, right?
Boom.
You do some comedy for $15,000 a night.
We call comics who got beef. Remember the Fox had entertainers fighting each other, celebrity fighting, and then the rappers had Fight After Dark? We'll call celebrity beefs. You got a problem with somebody? Well, shut up and fight them, or don't say nothing.
Shut up and fight them, or don't say nothing.
Shut up and fight them.
It'll be like that Clay, like that show where the Clay characters beat each other up, but in real life.
Yes.
But in real life. It
will make money. That'd be a hit.
Like that time that Sticky Fingers got knocked out on live on MTV. You know, it happens.
Dude,
Celebrity boxing.
That was hard to watch. That was hard to watch. And when my man, when Todd knocked my man Vanilla Ice out. Remember
my goodness.
Todd came at him.
Oh man.
We missed a big one because Soulja Boy and Chris Brown was supposed to fight, man. We missed a big one, man. That was
that'd been money.
Who was the other? There were another two celebrities that were just supposed to fight, like big names. I forgot who it was. And they were talking about it.
And they punked out?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And Mark Wahlberg wanted to fight somebody. Mark Wahlberg wanted to fight a real boxer. I forgot who he wanted to fight.
I wish I paid for that.
Hold it, Mark. Mark might be good. He might got these hands. You know, you do all these movies that don't got hands.
I mean, it looks good. It looks good in the movies, but I don't know if he's playing. You know.
Nah.
You ain't rolling. You ain't rolling.
I don't think he's hanging.
No. Nah.
See, Sinbad, this is what you gotta do.
Like Will Smith. Will Smith said the best. He said he was doing the Muhammad Ali, and he was sparring, he was hitting, and then he said, hey, what's it like if I really get hit? They said, come on, Will. I mean, look, I'm getting you ready to play the movie. He said, no, man. He said, well, if you ain't used to getting hit, so that's the thing. If you're not used to getting hit, you can hit. Remember, boxing, you can hit when you do martial arts. When you get hit or when you miss, you spend all the energy. When you miss, well, Will said, my man tapped him. He felt like an electric bolt went from his head down to his feet. He said, Will, I didn't give you all I had. He said, forget that. Let's just get ready for the movie.
That's no joke. See, Sinbad, I think what you need to do is you need to come out and start goading celebrities into fights. That's what you do. Somebody pulls out the cell phone, they throw it up on the gram. You just goading guys. You know, you kind of talk a little trash.
I'm going right this.
Go ahead and get you
that's how we do election, man. Hey, Qwess,
it's like election.
You want to be president? You want to be president? We got too many Democrats running. You got 10 people on stage. Let's have a knockout. Everybody in the ring at one time. The 4 left standing. Now we can have a real debate.
Royal Rumble.
little WWE action.
That'll make them talk less slick because they be having a lot to say because they know they got to back it up. You know.
Talk all that trash.
All right, Qwess. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. But Qwess, what's next, man? What's next for you? What's the next big thing coming up?
So right now, I'm gonna be in Baltimore coming up this weekend for the big
I'll see you this weekend.
Tank fight.
See you this weekend, baby.
Absolutely. And then after that, we going to New York for the Chris Arreola fight in New York at the Barclays Center. And after that, there's another fight. I can't think of the date. Oh, I know the date, but I can't think of where it's going to be on the 24th of, I think it's in Minnesota. It's a big one in Minnesota, actually, yeah. But after that, I produce a festival called the West Adams Block Party. So in front of Delicious Pizza in LA, on Adams, in the historic West Adams neighborhood, we were able to pop up a block party for the past 2 years. This will be the 3rd annual.
What?
Yeah, man, and it's been really dope. I partnered with Delicious Vinyl to produce this on their 30th anniversary at a record label, and that year we brought out First year, excuse me, we did Talib Kweli, we did Dougie Fresh, we did the Beat Junkies, we had Soul Lection come through, and Tiffany Goucher, and we really went up, and that was like a moment for the city of Los Angeles, and then. Because in this area, we ain't never had nothing like this. We ain't had no big block party. That's an East Coast thing. And so we have open air festivals, and as Coachella and all these things get bigger, we don't have it in the inner city. So we were able, outside like the Taste of Soul, don't get me wrong, but that's still like a street fair. It's supposed to be about the food. It's a little different, and they do great. But we had like a hip hop moment, you know? So the second year we did KRS-One and Master Ace and Far Side, and it was just a great. So this year coming back, we're about to announce all of the talent, but I'll give you guys who we got. We haven't officially announced them yet, but Big Daddy Kane, Mr. Vegas.
Whoa, man! Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big weekend.
Daddy brings the band. Hey,
Jay,
Jay,
where do you get more?
Make sure Qwess gets my numbers. Give Qwess my numbers when we get it off here, man. Make
sure
he gets my numbers, man.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Where do you get more info on the block party? Where's that at?
So you can go to westadamsblockparty.com, or you can go to the West Adams Block Party on Instagram. We're using a really cool app right now called Dice FM. So if you go to your app store or your Android market, you can download the Dice app, and in the Dice app, there's tons of events. They're like a really cool platform that have all of these new events, but we're using them as our exclusive ticketing source. So you can like download the Dice app and get the information there. You can go follow us on our Instagram. And yeah, man, we coming up. I host it, I produce it, but I host and I DJ a little bit, but it's really just an opportunity for me to create a stage for my friends, my artist friends, to come out and do something for the community in a real cool way. Just have some really organic cultural engagement, free for everybody to come out, families. We're acting a second stage this year, and that's going to be an Afro-Latin, Afro-Caribbean stage. So we're going to be doing all kind of world music there.
Man, I got beat it. Man, that's like when I did my funk festivals in the Caribbean, man.
Come on,
that's cool,
man.
And for those who keep saying,
I remember seeing that, man.
You can only do
when
one
I do
thing
another one,
perfect,
I'm bringing you down, bro.
Perfect more than
Man,
one
I can't
thing.
wait.
When I do my,
Just goes to show
I'll
you,
do it
man.
last
They
one,
have
I'm gonna
no
bring you down.
I can't wait, man. I would love that, man.
No idea.
You used to go to Aruba, right?
I did. I went to 5 different. I started from St. Martin. I did Jamaica. I did St. John, Virgin Islands.
Nice.
Then I did Aruba twice.
Nice. That's amazing, man. That's a good one.
So we'll do it. You know, we'll
man.
throw one more down. I'm bringing it down. I'm trying to do Barbados.
Ooh, nice. Rihanna Town, huh?
That's right, brother. That's
right.
That's right.
Yeah, Jack.
Sinbad, man, where you at this weekend?
I'm at Nyack at Levity Live Friday through Sunday at Levity Live. We'll be throwing down with the music block party inside. We don't know how much. Well, you know, I got Andre Sims. I got this brother play keys out of New Jersey. Boy, it's bad. You see him online. Andre Sims.
Okay.
I got Danny Lamel. When you listen to Rick James say, blow, Danny, blow. He's out here in L.A. He's going out with me. So Danny's going to go out and play saxophone. I got my boy Ken Woodson from New York. He's going to play bass. And I'm going to bring my bass and guitar and fill it in on all the different stuff. I'm going to have my Ableton push, which I'll probably be pushing wrong buttons and going to wrong songs because I'm trying to figure out the clips and all that stuff and how to make the MIDI pedal match.
Don't even matter.
That's okay. That's okay.
What
it don't matter.
What night? You there Sunday also or just Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And Sunday.
Nice.
All right, so
Yeah.
I mean, of course, the one weekend you come to New York, I got to go to Baltimore, but I'm back Sunday, so maybe I'll come see you in the flesh out in Nyack.
Hello.
Come on through, man.
Absolutely.
And I'll be fighting Monday. My fight will be announced. I'm doing backyard
Who
fights.
you calling out?
I'm fighting people for other people's families.
Who you calling out?
I know who it is. People hire me to fight other people. So I come in, if they got an issue, I fight these people for them. You have some problem with your rent getting paid, you have a problem with the guy turning off your electricity, I fight these people for you.
So you're not even calling anybody out. You're just a man of the people. You know, you just.
That's a side hustle, man. I'm a side hustle.
He's the cleanup man.
I have an app called We'll Jack You Up. So go ahead and download my app, We'll Jack You Up. And we take care of business.
Hey, man, gotta pay the bills. All right, with that, we're gonna sign off. Qwess, man, thank you so much for coming on. Sinbad, thank you as always.
Thank you,
Royce
brother.
behind the camera over there.
Thank you, man.
Andrea, who's producing from
Thank you,
Brooklyn
Royce.
tonight. And I mean, just huge thank you to everybody for watching. As always, make sure like, subscribe. Technically Funny Live on everywhere. And thank you guys. We will see you next week when Sinbad leaves New York and goes back to L.A.
That's right.
All right. Good night, everybody.
That's right.
Hey, y'all have a good one.
man.
Peace.
Take
Thanks
care.
for having me,
Y'all
y'all.
take care, bro.